to our survival let's play on No Man's Land. So, turns out I made a mistake. And the mistake was, I didn't realise this. Well, I had an inkling. And I think I might have mentioned it in the last episode. However, I've only just sort of proved myself right now. When we sold them bales before and we only got £4,500 or whatever it was for them, £5,000. We sold grass. Wrapped grass. I didn't realise that, because I've never done it, other than a contract on one of the other maps, one of the original maps, I didn't realise that there was a fermenting process on here. I thought as soon as you wrapped them, it went straight to silage like it did on 19. That's not the case. So that's why we only got that amount of money. I knew it didn't add up. Like, I knew it didn't add up. And that's what sort of got us thinking, but I didn't have any left to have a look. So yeah, that should be up there. That is why we didn't get that money. So I don't know how long it takes. I have been past a video all about grass work by Feldon, but I haven't managed to watch it yet. So I'm gonna get that watched. That might tell you. I mean, these have been wrapped for only probably about in-game hour, something like that, and they're at 1%, so it's gonna take a while. I'll get it on ×5. Tell you what else I haven't looked at as well. Not that I can afford anything like. Yeah, really. I mean, that is an absolute bargain. Two things though. I don't have 15,000, although I could get 15,000 quite easily. I certainly don't have 180 horsepower. Right, what to do today? So I mean, we can't sell our bills. I could go and cultivate that oilseed rape in, and I could also extend that field. Because if I plough it, that'll give us a... In fact, I think that's what we might do. If I plough it, that'll give us a fertilising step on it. So then when we do cultivate it in, it'll all be on the first step of fertilisation. So that sounds good. I was desperate not to have to use this, but I haven't got a choice. It's like £9,500 or something for the cheapest subsoiler, the one that I want. Oh, the type that I want, I should say. And we ain't got it. Let's get that spun round and start down here. Right. That'll do. I'm just going to follow this track round, and it's literally going to be that bit there that's cut. That's how big it's going to be. So it's going to add, I mean, it doesn't look that much, but it's going to add a fair bit on. You won't have seen it as well during, well, you might have noticed it at some point during this morning's work, which I've covered in a you'll have, I don't know, I haven't mentioned it ever. Why is that? didn't want that. I'll have to try going over that. Yeah, everything from this morning you'll have already seen in a time lapse. However, I already know that the time lapse is only around a minute long because I've already started to edit that. I've purposely kept it short, just showing like 20 seconds per step. Nope, get off, get off. We need, and I hope it's the next month, we need them barley fields to be ready, because our chickens are going to start running low. I think once we sell that silage, then what I think we'll do is buy the subsoiler, and then that bit there that we've cut will turn into a proper grass field. Get it all ploughed up, fertilised properly, and replanted, reseeded. God, this is like the first couple of episodes, this, isn't it? It's absolutely tiny. I'm just glad that I don't have to do all of it with this now. Like the cultivating, because that would have been absolutely soul destroying. I'm hoping this is going to be the last chance I have to use this, with any luck. Just don't know how long them bales will take. I need to watch that video. But saying that, that's precisely the type of stuff that I haven't been doing in FS22. I haven't been watching other people's videos, I've been sort of finding out as I go along. Which is definitely some benefits too, but then there's some massive drawbacks as well, because the things that I could have easily prevented and just haven't. We'll be able to see. I mean, that's going to put a fair chunk on there, isn't it? probably going to put soybean in this one as well to match up with field number 3. Just so we've got a decent chunk to sell when we do sell it. But the thing I'm worried about that is if we've got enough barley in them 2 fields to cover the chickens, and I'm not overly convinced that we will have. Right, I am going to jump, get some more of this done, and then come back more towards the end, because this is just going to take ages. So, for you, it'll be in an instant. For me, that doesn't even bear thinking about. 2 secs. Right, we're pretty much there. It hasn't took too long. Not once I jumped anywhere. I should have perhaps jumped that little bit earlier. I'm struggling really for what to do with the rest of the afternoon. I mean, it's obvious that that needs cultivated. We've got a load of eggs to sell, however, the price is mega low. It's like below 900, so we're not selling at that price. What else? There's not overly that much that needs doing. Can't sell the bales. The greenhouses could do with watering, I suppose. Nothing else really. I won't be jumping until we've cultivated that field. I might just start doing that. It needs doing. Can't wait to get rid of that plough. And this cultivator to be fair as well. I was hoping a bigger one would have come up by now, but in the used machinery, it just hasn't. I think this will have been, this episode, if I'm right, there'll have been 2 camps and farms in between the last no man's land and this one. They're not recorded yet, but if I carry on recording or releasing them the way that I have been, then that'll happen. I'm going to record one tonight once I've done with this one. And I've totally forgot what I was going to say. Totally gone. Nope, not a clue. I will remind you, however, that I won't have done the draw for the giveaway yet. I don't think. In fact, I definitely won't have, because it won't have been a week after. So I'll remind you that a week from the last no man's land, I'll be doing a draw for a free Farm Simulator 22 giveaway. It'll be done on either through I'm getting really easily distracted because I'm looking at something else. It'll be done through digital means, so if you're on Steam, it'll be a Steam code. Same with PlayStation and Xbox. For those who have FS22 already, and I haven't looked into it, if I can do the season pass, I don't know if you can do that where you can get a code as well. But if you can do that season pass, then I'd be willing to do that instead. For the people who's already got the game. But I don't know if you can do that yet. I'd have to have a look. If you can, I'd do it. If you can't, then it's one of them things that would be 22. So, to get in for that, all you need to do is like the last video, I suppose this one as well. I can look at both. I don't mean you have to do both. I mean either or. And share the video. I'll put the link for the original one in. The original No Man's Land. Which would be the last episode. If you click on that and like and subscribe from there, then jobs are good. That was probably really badly explained. It's just I was kind of reading something else at the time. Well, something's basically caught my eye and I started reading it, which I know is terribly unprofessional, but I hadn't planned on doing this now. Just I thought while I had 20 minutes, I would get this part recorded. I will be jumping at some point again through here. I don't think I'll put another time lapse on. I mean, the first one was only short, wasn't it? It was only, I think, a minute and 10 seconds, from what I remember. Still can't remember what I was going to say, when I was saying about there being 2 episodes of camps in between here and then. The Campson that I'll be going to record straight after this one, it'll be the next one after the winter was through. So we straight into spring, and we will be, in fact you'll have seen it, but we will have been, I started planting our potatoes. That's what I'll be doing. I can say that, like I said, it'll have already been on, so it's not like any great spoilers. I'm looking forward to getting back on there. It's been a good few days since I've been on, because I've been doing loads on this. I've been doing loads on No Man's Land. But then I know I'll get on Calmston for maybe today and tomorrow, and I won't want to come off that either. Just see how long we've been recording for. So we've been recording for another 8 minutes. I think the first segment was about 11 or 12. So I mean we're already over the 20-minute mark. Do I want to jump or do I want a time lapse? I think that's the... the only question. Right, I will. I'll jump. I won't put a time lapse on because I know recently we've had some pretty long videos. So we'll jump towards the end and then that would be the end of the video. We'll finish off from there. So give us 2 seconds, we'll be back. Okay, we are back. And it's probably been about 3 days, maybe even longer actually. It might have been 3 or 4 days since I recorded everything else that you've just watched. If you watch Carmson Farm, you'll already know that we've had a few sort of laptop issues over the last couple of days, and I just haven't had sort of the chance to record as much as what we as what I normally do. I'm not going to go into it too much now because we're about finished, but what I will say is I did all the cultivating, and then the time was like, I had loads of time left. I say I had loads of time, I had quite a bit of time left, so I thought why not just get the seed in the ground as well. So yeah, that's what we've been doing off camera. We've been getting soybean in the ground. So field number 2 and field number 3 have now both got soybean in. Given our sort of enforced few day break that we've had, I can't remember how long that soybean's in for, the one in the other field. So I don't know, there's at least I'm sure there's at least a couple of months between them. I also can't remember when. I'm sure we planted field number 2, 3 within a sort of time frame that best suits the selling price, I think. I'm sure we were sensible like that. You can see in the distance there the bales, the many silage, I say silage, the many grass bales that we've got there that will be silage before we sell them. Not going to make that mistake again. I'm sure, well, I know we've already spoke about it, even though it's been a few days since I've been on here. I know that's how we pretty much started the video, other than there was a bit of a time lapse, wasn't there? I know I really should know this, but given the fact that it has been a few days since I've been on, and I've just finished a video on Campson as well, I can't remember. Been a weird few days, to be honest. I've been knocked well out my rhythm. And this tractor needs fueling, refueling again. I think it was one of the titles in the last episode was "Hard Mode Sucks," and it does massively in every single way. That bit mustn't be cultivated because it's not letting us go over it. Right, we're going to leave it there. For me, I don't know how it's come across, but for me it's been kind of disjointed because there's been such a gap in between everything else and what I've done here. But we'll get straight into the next one and get going from there. I have absolutely no idea what we'll be doing in the next episode because I'll need to get up to speed again on it. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.